Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Zachary, back bringing some more daily NBA news and highlights. Hope you're all having a fantastic day, but with all of that being said, you guys know why I'm here, so let's not waste any more time. Let's just get into everything that's going on in the NBA. The Los Angeles Lakers have been one of the most unpredictable teams so far this season. And I don't just mean on the court, but off the court too. As it's safe to say that no one that isn't LeBron James, Rob Pelinka, Magic Johnson, or Jeannie Buss can say that they have any idea what it is that the Los Angeles Lakers are planning. As just this season alone, we have gotten numerous reports out saying that the Los Angeles Lakers aren't interested in trading anyone away from the young core, meaning Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, or Kyle Kuzma. However, at the same time, we've also gotten reports saying the opposite. For example, we got one that came out earlier today saying that the Lakers are now open to trading away any of their young three core pieces in exchange for a superstar level player. Now, the report did note that the player the Los Angeles Lakers will be most likely to trade for would be Anthony Davis. Surprise, surprise there. Everyone already knows that the Los Angeles Lakers and every other team in the league would love to get their hands on Anthony Davis if he were to become available. However, it is not believed that Anthony Davis will be available by the February 7th NBA trade deadline, so that plan is pretty much dead in the water. And outside of Anthony Davis, I don't know of another superstar level player that could become available. There aren't that many big names on the trade market right now outside of Mike Conley and Marc Gasol, neither of which are players that the Los Angeles Lakers will be interested in, especially if it calls them one of their three young players. So to me, if this report is true, it seems like the Los Angeles Lakers kind of throwing the bait out there, letting it be known that, hey, we're willing to make a deal as long as a team out there is willing to give up their superstar level player. But once again, there aren't many teams out there with a superstar level player to trade away in the first place, and the teams that do have a superstar level player aren't looking to trade those players. However, this report also did say that the Lakers have a contingency plan, that they're already looking at other options just in case they're not able to land that superstar level player. And those options include pretty much any good three-point shooting wing that's on an expiring contract. A team source said the Lakers will pursue any three-point shooter on an expiring deal, a group expected to include former Laker Wayne Ellington, Orlando's Terrence Ross, Memphis's Garrett Temple, and Trevor Ariza, who many believe could be on the move again before the deadline if Washington continues to falter in the East. Yeah, there's no way the Lakers aren't trying to bait out another team to make an offer for their young players. That's what they will love to happen, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. And if it does happen, it's not going to be the offer that the Lakers are looking for. And as for the Lakers looking to trade for a player like Terrence Ross or Wayne Ellington, I mean, if you think about it, the same thing could be said for pretty much every other team in the NBA that's about to make the playoffs. If there's a team looking to get into the playoffs, then they're all going to be going after guys who can shoot the ball and players who are on expiring contracts. Those type of players with the NBA trade deadline approaching are one of the hottest commodities in the league. So not too long ago, the idea of LeBron James and Kyrie Irving once again teaming up on the same team was non-existent. No one was thinking that, as it was something that no one thought had the slightest chance of happening. If anything, a lot of people thought that LeBron James and Kyrie Irving were enemies. That is until Kyrie Irving admitted that he called LeBron James to apologize not too long ago. And after that, we did start to see a little bit of talk about the possibility of LeBron and Kyrie once again teaming up, but still, that was a far-fetched idea. But it doesn't seem like that's the case anymore. As earlier today, we got multiple stories out regarding a possible reunion between LeBron James and Kyrie Irving on the Los Angeles Lakers. And the first one even came from their former teammate on the Cleveland Cavaliers, Kevin Love. As when he was asked about the possibility of Kyrie Irving going to LA to team up with LeBron James, this is what he had to say. The funny thing about Kyrie is it's like just when you think you know what he's thinking, then he will completely flip. And with LeBron, I think you're not going to turn away from a generational talent, and that's what Kyrie is. So basically, Kevin Love said that leaving LeBron only to team up with LeBron once again a couple years later is exactly something that Kyrie Irving would do. And as for LeBron James, why on earth would he turn down the opportunity to play with Kyrie again? Argument makes sense, but if I had to say something, I would say that I can't see Kyrie Irving actually going to the Los Angeles Lakers. I know Kyrie Irving would still like to prove that he can lead a team by himself, and him having to go to LA and team up with LeBron again would be him admitting that he's not able to do that, and I don't think Kyrie Irving would do that so soon. However, once again, this was just the first story that we got out today regarding this possible scenario, and the second one comes from LeBron James himself, as he did something very interesting on social media. He tagged Kyrie Irving in his Instagram story. And this story was a story of LeBron James singing a song called Rewind. And some of the lyrics to that song are as follows. I know you're with them now, but soon you will be mine. If I could bring it back, I'll probably press rewind.
Press rewind, 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 yeah.
Now this one had the NBA world up in a craze because those lyrics and LeBron James and Kyrie Irving, LeBron singing that to Irving in a sense, considering he tagged him in the song. It's kind of weird, and at the same time it's kind of interesting, and at the same time I don't believe what I'm seeing, and what I'm seeing isn't what it's supposed to be. I don't think LeBron James meant this as a recruitment of Kyrie Irving to the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's be real here. Why will LeBron James on Instagram recruit Kyrie Irving to the Los Angeles Lakers? The two of them can be friends. The two of them can be cool now without feeling like they have to be on the same team. Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook patched up their beef a year ago, and you don't hear Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook talking about getting back together on the OKC Thunder. Just because LeBron James and Kyrie Irving are cool doesn't mean that they're planning to team up on the Los Angeles Lakers. That being said, if Kyrie Irving did leave the Boston Celtics for the Lakers after Kyrie told the Celtics and Celtics fans and the entire world right when the season started that he'd like to re-sign in Boston, that would be a very cold-hearted move. Even though this would be a cold-hearted move, you know what they say, what goes around comes around, and let's not act here like the Boston Celtics haven't made some cold-hearted moves in the past either. The Detroit Pistons are one of the teams that are expected to be pretty active during the NBA trade deadline, as right now they're sitting with a 21-27 record on the outside looking into the playoffs in the Eastern Conference, and this coming after Blake Griffin and the Pistons had hopes to being a top 4 seed in the East. Everyone thought they were going to make the playoffs, and yet here they are on the outside looking in. So yeah, you can definitely understand why they'd be buyers during the NBA trade deadline, or maybe sellers if they decide to blow the whole thing up. However, the Detroit Pistons say that they might not even make a move because what's required right now is the fans to be patient. I will tell the fans that I'm not going to make a deal that could hurt us going forward, that could be instant relief, but only for this season, and then we would have issues going forward. That makes no sense to me. The word people don't want to hear is patience. Where we have cap restrictions, there is nothing else but to be patient. As a Pistons fan, as a lifelong Pistons fan, very long time Pistons fan, I can tell you that we know nothing but patience, it seems. When your team's been pretty much irrelevant for over a decade, you learn to have a lot of patience. But then again, something about waiting for your team to be good again for over a decade gets rid of that patience at the same time. How much more patient do we have to be? That though is going to do it for all of the off the court news that's going on in the NBA. So now let's take a look at what's going on the court. Let's take a look at the games going on in the NBA. James Harden kept his 30-point game streak going tonight against the Toronto Raptors, and the Rockets escaped with the 121-119 win. Harden with 35 points and 7 assists, though he did struggle big time with his shot, shooting 9 of 25 from the field and 2 of 13 from deep, but he was able to make all 15 of his free throw attempts. Meanwhile, Kawhi Leonard had 32 points for Toronto. And even though James Harden is getting pretty much all of the attention for the Houston Rockets as of late, other guys have been helping out too. Eric Gordon, he struggled with this shot outside this game as well, but he still contributed 24 points. Montrezl Harrell, who the Houston Rockets just claimed off waivers, was amazing in this game with 21 points and 14 rebounds, and PJ Tucker was PJ Tucker. One thing that I'm gonna be curious to see though is how James Harden and the Houston Rockets respond to Chris Paul coming back, as he will be playing in the Rockets' next game this Sunday against the Orlando Magic. Nikola Jokic served his one-game suspension for leaving the bench during a minor altercation in the Nuggets' last game against the Utah Jazz, but luckily for both him and the Nuggets, their opponents tonight were the Phoenix Suns, and even without Jokic, Denver still torched Phoenix 132-95, and that is despite Booker scoring 35 points. Paul Millsap led the way for Denver with 20 points, while Malik Beasley had 19 points off the bench. Giannis Antetokounmpo scores 34 points and grabs 14 rebounds, and the Bucks get the 108-99 win over the Hornets. It wasn't easy though, as the Bucks had to fight their way back into this game in the fourth quarter. They were down double digits with under 10 minutes to go. I think what the Pistons were talking about when they were preaching patience was the patience to just wait out the contract of Reggie Jackson. Man's got this season, and then he's got one more season, I believe, and then he will be out of here. And waiting for his contract to expire might just be the only option, as I know no team in their right mind would even consider trading for Reggie Jackson. And the Pistons lost this game again, this time to the Dallas Mavericks, 106-101. Luka Doncic with 32 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists, while Griffin had 35 for Detroit. The Washington Wizards get the win over the Orlando Magic, and for Orlando, it might be time for them to give it up and fully embrace the tank to the bottom, as after being a decent team for a while, they're back to looking like the Orlando Magic again. 95-91 the final score in this one. Bradley Beal with 27 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds. I used to tease the Nets and their fans a lot for being bad, and now the Nets are better than the Pistons even without Karis LeVert. This must be some form of karma. After the Brooklyn Nets got the 109-99 win over the Knicks, they advanced to 27-23 on the year, sitting pretty comfortably in that 6th seed in the Eastern Conference. The Sacramento Kings have had a pretty rough stretch of basketball lately. They've still been solid, but heading into this game, they lost 3 of their last 4 games. But that is nothing compared to their opponents, the Memphis Grizzlies, who have just about lost all of their games over the past 15 games. And that trend continued tonight as the Kings put Memphis out of their misery with a 99-96 win. Hield and Fox both continuing to play well. Hield with 26 points while Fox added 22. The Minnesota Timberwolves fell to the Utah Jazz tonight 106-102. For Utah, this was their 8th win in their last 10 games. Donovan Mitchell finishing this one with 24 points and a career-high 11 assists, while Rudy Gobert was a game-time decision with a sore hamstring at 18 points and 16 rebounds. Tobias Harris and his 29 points combined with the 31 points from Lou Williams off the bench were enough for the Clippers to get the 106-101 win over the Bulls. Williams also adding 10 rebounds and 10 assists to log his first career triple-double. And for the last game of the day, the Miami Heat, who have been struggling as of late, couldn't have asked for a better opponent to get back on track against than the Cleveland Cavaliers, as the Heat outlasted the Cavs 100-94 in the battle of LeBron's exes. Justice Winslow playing well with 27 points. That though is going to do it for everything that we gotta talk about today. Really hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, then you already know that you have to destroy that like button, as well as make sure that you are subscribed to the channel with post notifications turned on so you can stay up to date with everything that goes on to the NBA on a daily basis. Now though, it is time for the player of the day, where you guys have the opportunity to vote for who you think was the best player in the league last night by clicking the little eye icon at the top right hand corner of the video. Just remember though that only players whose team won are eligible to win player of the day. And yesterday that player was none other than Russell Westbrook with his 23 points, 17 rebounds, and 16 assists. Thank you once again for watching though. You guys already know that you are the real MVPs, but all of that being said, until tomorrow, I'm out of here. Peace.